Hey, now today is going to be the best day of your life. If you listen to this and if you have any reserve in business or any reserve in getting your idea out there, you will want to listen to this video. So we are going to get started in a few minutes. But first, I just want to say a few things to you. Hey, all right. Today we're going to talk about making money, discovering your big idea. Now, so many of you have them. I know you do because you reach out to me all the time. So, there are a few things I want you to know before I start. I want you to get your pad and pencil ready, take notes, and I want you to share this and let other people know that this is going to be some information that's going to help me get to the next level. And it ain't charging you a thing to get it, but you must act on it. Number three. Okay. So now, if you are stuck and if you just don't know what to do with that creativity that you have, and you know that you want to get out here and do something for a business, you have a 9 to 5, and you say, hey, I need something else. I need an additional income. We're going to have this conversation today on this March 4th day of 2024. Now, listen, we're in March and we're kicking off the month of March. We're going to be talking about mindset things. We're going to be talking about money. We're going to talk about management, a lot of things that you may not talk about in business that should be discussed so where you can be successful and you can be the next one to just create the big enterprise that it can save your generations, your family generations to come. And then you won't ever have to worry about leaving a legacy because you would have created one. So we're going to go ahead and start talking about some of these things about making money with your your big ideas, because to me, they are big. You may not think they are. I think they're big because listen, if God gave you something in here, yes, it's a big idea to me. Okay. And it should be to you. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we want to talk about identifying your passion and your expertise. Now, I know you may have not have heard this before, but and maybe you have, creating your passion. I mean, not creating your passion. Oh, doing something, creating something with your passion. Yeah, we hear that all the time. Oh, my expertise. I got expertise in this and I got expertise in that. But for the most part, you give your expertise to other corporations and other businesses that make money on what you have right here, or either right here, and really both passion and right here. Okay. So, what I suggest for you, and this is a proven system, it's proven. What I suggest for you is start out with what you love if you're going to be gearing towards passion, because it won't get bored to you. It won't, you won't be easily to give up, and it's going to lead you into sustaining something and not just stop and going, stop and going, stop and going. No, it's not going to do that. Now, it's going to lead you to solving problems. And we're going to talk more about how you search for that and how you do that. So we're going to get there. Okay. Now, you are to look. If you're trying to figure this out, this is what you need to do with this passion and your expertise. Listen up. This is where you need to you got to do a little work on your own. Nobody has to know you're doing it. You just got to do it. You just got to put your mind to it and take action and do it. And you'll come out with some results. Okay. Now you have to look within your current profession, or maybe something, a hobby or something of interest to you. And then you got to attend events and conferences, like workshops and things like that, that's geared towards some of those things that you have chosen for as your interests and hobbies in the end of the profession that you're in. Take your resume, first of all, take your resume and decide on, look at your resume and see where you are in the expertise category. See where you are in what you're doing. Now, the expertise is something that you're good at and you're skilled at, but also take a part of that and say, how much of this am I passionate about? Right? And then figure out, okay, well, how can this be used in the marketplace? You want to know one place that you can find this information out, whether you are relevant for the marketplace or not, is finding out through forums and online forums, workshops like Reddit, Quora, things like that, searching YouTube, looking at other discussion boards, wherever people discuss other things, and maximize that little small area first. And then as you're going somewhere, when you start doing this, you're going to get somewhere. Now you'll be more, you'll be smarter than you were when you ask yourself the questions. Now, how can I identify my passion and my expertise, or how can I make this into a business? You will, just this alone that I just gave you, you'll be that much smarter. Okay, we got 7 of these now, so we're going to go through all 7 of them now. Next thing, and a strategy for that is, do an assessment, knowing your strength and your weaknesses. What am I strong with? What am I weak at? What can I, and then your weaknesses can be that you will outsource, and we'll talk about that later, but that's something that you can outsource later. And with that, for even networking with other professionals in your city or town or whatever, and then finding out what, just sit back and listen, don't give your opinion, and just kind of see what's needed. Because in these settings, you will find out some problems that's there, right? You will you will. Okay, so that would be that too. Now we're building on this. Now the next thing we're going to do is, what we're going to do, some market research. Now all of that intelligence that you've gathered through all of these other things. And oh, by the way, if you are confused and will be confused throughout this video here, this is what I help my people do. This is what I help my clients do. This is what I help you do to get. I'm Biz Strategist Sandy here. Okay, I'm helping you get there, but I'm telling you what you need to do so where you can get out your own way, and you can get out here and make some money in whatever desire, in whatever your heart desire. Okay, and I do this passionately with the industry that I'm in all the time, and it works. Okay. All righty. The next thing is not your market research. Okay. You got to understand what is in the market, what's the need of a potential customer or client, and what, and really too, what already exists out here. Because if you discover all of this, and even if something is already has a solution to the problem, you can put your spin, because you are uniquely made. You are unique. Nobody can do the thing like you can do it. You have what it takes to make the best of you. Your blueprint, you the carbon copy of a success level that nobody out here has ever met yet. So don't underestimate your gifts and your talent and your skills and your expertise and your ability to do great things. All right. Now, where you're going to find some of this information is going to be like platforms. It'll be like maybe reports on different things in magazines, Wall Street Journal, Newsweek, Bloomberg, things like that talk about the economy. And even some, I'm gonna tell you a little secret here, even some places like, maybe universities, colleges, or anywhere, news outlet, news media, things like that have information about the economy and building and what's this and what's that. And I always tell you to always use, if you've gotten to the point that you've niched down what you're interested in for as business is concerned, and you got that idea, you say, yeah, I know exactly what I want to do now. Go ahead and set you up a Google Alert accounts with your Google Gmail, your Gmail account, and have information coming to the every time something on the internet it is talked about that particular subject or that particular topic that you are interested in. Guess what? You will get an email in regarding that, and then you go through it, and then you search it. You search and you learn more about it, and then all of those little all your neurons is going to be firing up, and you're going to be like, oh, and then those that ideas is going to come, and that creativity is going to come to you. That's how it's done. That's how it happens. So don't think that those people out there are creative and you're not. You are. You are creative. You just take the time and sit down and do the work, do the hard work. That work that nobody wants to do, but we want the benefit and the reward of the thing that we so desire, but we don't want to put in the work to get there. That thing. Okay. All righty. Now, after you've come up with a little digital, have done your little market research a little bit, a strategy is going to be a few of them I'm going to give you. One of the strategies is going to be is you're going to have to do surveys. You're going to have to find out, okay, how can I get some more information? How can I find out a little bit more about this industry? And then possibly maybe you have would have already set your business up and people know that you've done the preliminary work. And even if you haven't done that, far as your business setup and things like that, you still can survey. You still can find out how to get that information. Okay. You can get that information. It's not a problem. Alrighty. Now, and also analyzing your competitors, knowing what they're doing, seeing what's going on, questions, what are they asking, and finding out, okay, this is that and that and this. And it's so many ways. And using Amazon, go to Amazon and in your genre and in your industry, see what they're seeing. Maybe it's a book about something in your industry. That information is hidden right there in plain sight, and you can sit there and read the comments, but you're getting the not, you're looking for the knowledge. You're not looking at this to want to be a part of the drama. You're not doing that. You're doing it for other reasons. Okay. Now, next thing is we're going to talk about is going to be, this is the third one. It's going to be, identifying a pain point of your customer and your client. And how do you even go about doing that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to tell you how you do it. And it's like and a pain point is just like a specific problem to your target audience. What are they experiencing? What's going on? Why are they complaining? What do they need? What do they need from me? Okay, so now you can find this information through some of the other avenues that we spoke about a little bit earlier, like forums and social media. We didn't mention social media, but social media is one of them. Your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. LinkedIn. There's all kind of conversations are going on, and you just key in your area of interest or your genre, whatever your industry and your niche, whatever it is. You go there and you find out what's going on with them. Okay, find out what they're talking about, and then you can identify them. And then also finding, after you've collect your intelligence, get and consider, find out what some of their strengths, their weaknesses, and opportunities and threats are to your business. And you go from there and you come up with a unique strategy for that solution, because people are telling you all day long some problems that they're having, and they're telling you those problems through other areas or ways that you have researched them, right? So that's what you need to do there. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be, oh, we're going to validate that problem. That problem is it's unique and it's specific enough that people is going to pay you for it, right? You got to find out, well, how in the world, okay, I see this issue, but shoot, I mean, maybe I don't need to start a business in this because I'm not, no, I don't know. Well, you got to test the market. You got to test the market, and you have to create something that you can give them free information and see how many are interested in what you got to say. How you going to say it? What you going, you got to find out what are they interested in. If they don't have any interest in, okay, it may not be enough, but that's going to be something that you're going to have to, it's going to be over time. It's not going to be, okay, I'm going to test their interest and then I'm going to do it today. And then by Friday, if I don't have enough or whatever, nah, they're not going to be, nah, and even if it's a product, you got to have, you got to use you got to use a prototype. So there's different ways, and whatever it is different strategies in order to be able to do it. So, just um creating, most in the business world we call it the minimum viable product, right? It's just a product that, it's just the basic, and like I said, you test it through a landing page or through something that's going to be, maybe of interest of the to the people that you're working on, all of that research you've done, that you're working on trying to draw them to your business, or trying to pique interest in the will, and then having the willingness to pay you for it eventually. So, that's what you have to do with that. And there's more strategies and ways to do that, but we're just talking about the basics, for that right now. And you would know, because like I said, and a lot of times when you put up things, and then just like with me, when I do business stuff, I would always, a lot of people would reach me in the DM because they don't really want you to know what's going on with their business. uh and I don't blame them, sometimes. So they don't really ask me questions up under my comments for the most part, but I do get the feedback. So then I know they're interested. And then how another way I know they're interested, because I work with them and they pay me for my services. Sometimes they may not, they'll say, "Oh, okay, well, I get with you in 30 days." And sometimes I don't hear from them again. And then most time, a lot of them say, "Hey, I'm ready now." So you have to meet people where they are and give them chance to get enough of you and get the information from you, that so way they can say, "Oh, okay, I see they do have what I need, and I can trust the fact that they will deliver on their promise." So that's another thing too. Now, number 5 is, you need to analyze trends and future needs. So you're going to have to, like, find out what's trending, what's going on, seeing how others are responding to other people that are kind of like, responding to the trends, or are they out here doing something with the trends? Okay. So, and then from there you can kind of tell what's going on. Okay. So where you can find all of this information is going to be here again, places like LinkedIn. Oh, and I forgot, Twitter, X, or whatever you want to call it, places like that. And then engaging in finding out what's going on, like from blogs and whatever. So you got to get out here and just kind of like, you got to do some private eye stuff. You got to do some private eye stuff to make it happen. You really do. You really do. You can't be out here. We can't. If you're into the gossiping and all this other stuff, that's well and good. But hey, if you out here want to make money, then you got to approach these things from a whole different standpoint and on a different level. So make sure that you do these. Okay. So here again, one more strategy for this one is going to be Google Trends. We talked about Google Trends a lot. I tell you how to go to Google Trends, key in your information, or key in your niche with your word, and go from there and see what's been the history of it. You can search Google Trends by the day, maybe the hour, sometimes the day, the month, the few years, and just kind of see. You can go back and look at the history of whatever you're doing and seeing how this particular business has done over the past 4 or 5 years, and how's the ups and downs. And remember this of the time frame. You just remember, if you're going to go back over 4 years, you remember we had the vid, we had the world change during that time. So you got to be, if you see a drastic change during that time, you got to remember what events was going on around that time. So you can keep in mind too, whatever you're doing and whatever you're researching on, just remember the major events that change, anything that changed the economy, whether it can be an election cycle, it can be something traumatic happen for the whole country, whether it was war going on here, there, everywhere, whatever. Those are some of the things that you need to think about too when you are analyzing. Okay. Analyzing the business part. So it's just, like I say, it's more than just getting an EIN number, LLC, opening up a bank account with business and all that kind of stuff. It's more to it than that. It's you got to use these here neuron synapses here and make them work to the point that you got to be strategic, and you got to really, really do some deep dive thinking about your business success. Okay. Now we have 2 more to go. And actually, these are very important, and don't ever leave these out, especially not with the legal side. Legal and market feasibility. Okay, now you got to be realistic on your business and the legalities of it. And is it legal? And what's the legal guidelines? Are you going to have certain credentials? Are you going to how loaded are you going to have to be with a legal background or whatever, that case may be. And then also, not even that is, finding out how feasible it's going to be for you entering a market from a legal aspect. Okay, from a legal aspect. So now, consult with, in your entry to bear, your entry um barriers is going to make a difference too. Now, what if, or you thinking about, like, for instance, are you going to need a patent, or would it be best to patent things, or would it be best to trademark? Would it be best to get it copyrighted before you try to put it out here? All of this kind of stuff here is all up under that legal umbrella, okay? And then consult with finding out, consult with a legal expert, finding out in industry regulations, finding out the regulations of an industry. Every industry is not as tough as others, but you definitely want to find out some of the legalities of you coming into market with certain things, and just like cannabis and stuff like that. Those are things that you definitely need to know. Okay, what are these laws? Where can I have this business and where I cannot have this business? So that kind of thing. That's what I'm speaking of. And then you ought to definitely do a thorough legal check. Do not play with it, and do not misrepresent your ability to have this thing, whether it's going to, you don't want to infringe on any kind of patents that's already out there, and any kind of regulations that's going to be very tough for you in the industry. It's going to be, any kind of financial requirements in the industry that is definitely going to be, very a roadblock for you in the business. Whatever it is, you need to know these things. That's why you need me in your life as a business strategist to help you get there. All right, now number 7, building a business model. Now you got to determine, after all of this research, is how you're going to go about your business model is very important. And this is, my people, is definitely the ways that you're going to make it all happen, Captain. You're going to make it happen within your business model. Okay. And then what are you going to do is you're going to determine how your business is going to make money by solving the problems that you've already identified, because you've done your homework. At this point, you've done your homework. You possibly have even say, you know what, I'm gonna let Sandy do my homework. I'm gonna let biz strategist Sandy do my homework. I'm gonna let her tell me. I'm gonna let her consult with me and tell me what I need to do and where I need to go from here and how I need to make this happen. So that's what I'm gonna do. So where she can explain it to me more thoroughly. But that's because it's your specific business. It's specifically unique to you, and we've already done all of this. We've done it together, or you've done it and you've come to me with some questions, or whatever the case may be. Okay, now, study successful. Okay, this is what you're going to have to do with this business model. You're going to have to study some successful business models. You're going to have to study some, in let's go ahead with Apple, with Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs studied a lot of things. Jeff Bezos studied a lot of things. A lot of these successful businesses out here, they studied other people, and they studied other companies, and they build on theirs. Bill Gates, he studied someone. There's so many, just using the names that you probably are more familiar with, but there are so many other businesses out here that have studied other models, and they've used it. Rockefellers, the stories behind all of those success stories with them, they have studied other successful businesses, and that's what inspired and encouraged them to go on with their vision and their idea. And they probably have even maybe knocked on doors with them, or maybe have contacted somebody along the way that can just give them maybe some inspiration or some advice on where they need to go from here. Okay. And you are going to definitely develop a clear revenue model. It's going to have to be as clear as the clearest water in the Bahamas, okay? Because if any of you been to the Bahamas, that water is extremely clear. Yes, I have never seen water so clear in my life, but it is very clear. So anyway, finding out and and how you're going to different tiers of your business. At this point you're going to have one tier here, different tier here, and a different tier here, and all of it is segmenting it. We're going to segment all of this, and we're not just going to be one size fits all. We're going to segment our business because on believe it or not, on all more than one level your business should be able to serve someone. Okay, you should be able to serve someone. So you know so anyway, and in the conclusion of this is, you know, it's going to require you researching strategies and planning. Definitely. You will not be that successful business the way you have the potential to be unless you do these things that I said and go beyond the call of duty for just surface level business development. You can't do it. It won't work. You got to get above that. You really have to just get in, and you got to really take it serious. And I know you can do it, but you got to take your business serious. Just like you going shopping serious and buying these nice designer clothes and getting ready for the next event, and doing all of these things and getting your hair done and your eyebrows done, ladies, and men, you doing the things that you do. You got to take this thing serious if you want to get to your destination in your business and making money in it. Okay, so it's more than just your EIN, your LLC, your business bank account, and a little, making sure there's so many other little levels to this, because I want you to get your business credit together. I want you to have your personal credit together, so where you can maximize and get some of these things to have a dynamic business model. So you won't have to be out here bootstrapping all the time when it comes down to your business and making choices and making mistakes because you didn't follow the most important thing, and that's ways that how to really really take your business to the level that you're going to make money. I don't care what kind of business you have. These 7 things that I just mentioned is going to make sure that you're successful, because these are the principles, baby. These are the principles to business. Okay. All right. I want to talk to you another day, and want to share this with you. If anybody need my services, you know how to reach me, and then also get on the text messaging list. So when you find out when I am giving out information, or I may have a Zoom class that I don't even involved on here. And if you want to stay connected so where you can be in the ecosystem of always getting valuable information and jewels and gems to help you. And if you want to pick my brain in a sense, you need to stay a part of the community here. And that's outside of social media. And that's 833-247-6465. That's 833-247-6465. And I think I have another number too. And sometimes when I have issues with that particular number, there is another number that I've been using, and it's a part of it's one of my local numbers. And I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to see here. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna get it 1 second for y'all hang up. Push. I'm at. Let me. There, like I say, there is another one. I don't see it. I don't see it now. But that one, 833-247-6465, should be. It should be good. It should be good. Okay, No, here it is. Try this one as well if you can't reach me on the other one. If you key in 833-247-6465, you got to put in the name Push the Dream. If nothing comes back, try this number here. Just put in Push the Dream to 706-309-1765. That's 706-309-1765. Because for some reason I ran into an error with them with my text messaging company. So at any rate, I'm going to reach out to them and make sure that they have my one right. But either way, make sure that you connect with me. Okay. All righty. Talk to you guys later, and I'll see you on the next video. And then also, you remember what I said. Take action on this information I gave you guys. This wasn't done for my health. It was done to help you be great in the business world. Okay. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.